Hey guys, I'm Rodin. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for the week of the 18th to the 24th of April. I hope you guys are having a great full moon in Libra, by the way, that is happening today. Hold on one second here. Computer's just kind of lopsided. A lot of you know I was away on a retreat, which was amazing. I'm still, excuse me, I'm still kind of glowing from the retreat and just everything that I got to experience and come into awareness of, and the really amazing people I had the opportunity to meet, interact with, some great, great people. Also, I am a little under the weather still from the retreat. On the day that I left the retreat, I started to feel like some throat stuff. I was like, no, I can't get sick. So you're going to get sick right now. But I think it's necessary. I think it's actually kind of part of my integration process. So today, I'm getting there slowly, but I am very wheezy today, which you guys know how I am because I have asthma. So I'm a little coffee cough today, but I've got my tea. I've been taking stuff. Excuse me. So there's gonna be a lot of that. So if you're not down for that, sorry. That's just kind of where I'm at today, and I really want to do this today. Okay. For those of you who are new to my channel, the way this works is that I go over the astrology. Also, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I go over the astrology and I just give you my 2 cents on it. And with astrology, it's a fun study discipline. Please do not take any astrology as like, things are cemented in your life or you just are who you are. Um, it's still a choice, right? We all have free will. I like to talk about astrology because I feel like it can give a window of empowerment for people to kind of like better use the energies. Excuse me, in a more positive way, right? If we have hard energies or stuff happens, life happens, right? So that's your connection is unstable. Um, I hope it's not gonna lag. Oh well, we're just gonna keep rolling with it. So a lot of you also know that I made the announcement that I want to start moving away from cards. That's going to be a transition. I want to do cards for this week. I'm really feeling like I should be doing cards this week. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do the astrology first, okay? And as you guys know, I am a channeler. I'm an intuitive, so I get a lot of messages that way anyway. And so the messages that are coming through that manner, just take them as they resonate. Excuse me. You will know if a message is not for you. You should use your own discernment with that. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. So we still have a lot of the full moon Libra energies going into this week because full moon was literally like today, and I'm recording this Saturday before the week, the 16th. And a lot of that has to do with like a lot of Aries energy, but also the sun as it aspects Pluto. Really, really important actually under the full moon Libra. If you're curious about the full moon Libra video or what I had to say about it, it is posted on Vimeo or Patreon, whichever you prefer. Excuse me. Venus, Mercury, and Uranus were also playing a very big role under the that's under the Venus full moon. It kind of is a Venus full moon with Libra. Um, really creating a lot of fun energy, like a lot of opening up to new belief systems. When I was channeling for the full moon, I was getting a lot of like student mentorship sort of relationships are going to start to form under this full moon, which is great. It's also with Venus and Pisces, Mercury and Uranus and Taurus working together, that can create a lot of what's what I'm looking for? Excitement to have some new stimulating experiences. So things that you can like touch, taste, hear, see that are like so mesmerizing or thought provoking, but that also definitely includes relationships. Relationships are going to be big under the full moon Libra, and we still have those energies coming into this week. We also still have some power stuff, and that's going to be a theme, I think, for a while, actually. I don't want you to get worried when I say power stuff, especially as it relates to Pluto. We're all in our own place with our relationship with power. Power is not a dirty word. And really learning what healthy power is, what true power actually is, and not these false notions of control or dominance or competitive energies that we've really been programmed to believe that that's what power is, but that's not what power is. Excuse me. A lot of power to be experience at this time is to stand in your truth and to stand in who you are. Sharing who you are with people in a way that's loving, in a way that is compassionate, all that Piscean influence. Excuse me. And in a way where you can also not just authentically be who you are, but also follow any sacred missions or purposes that you personally have. Not everybody has that, and that's also okay. Please don't beat yourself up if you feel like you don't have that. That's fine. That is totally fine. All you have to do is just be here, okay? But yeah, so that's generally what's going on for the week. Getting into some of the aspects here. Um, Mercury in Taurus is by far the most active planet for this week. Mercury in Taurus is great if you're trying to figure out finances. It's great if you also want to start focusing on your health, taking care of your body, or getting a little bit healthier with food choices. I feel like people are gonna have a lot of fun with food during this time with Mercury in Taurus. I also expect a lot of people this week to start like um, decorating their vessel more. I think people have already been trying to do that under these energies. But Mercury in Taurus is great. It's a great energy, especially because we are in North Node Taurus energy. Excuse me. So it's also helping us with any clarity, communications, any strategizing that we need to do in order to have some progression for what we want long term, because it is in relation to North Node Taurus energy. Okay. Now, Mercury's, like I said, is very active. So all week, Mercury will be sextile Venus in Pisces. That Mercury Venus energy, like I said, under the full moon as it works with Uranus, super strong during the full moon. So that will be with us for a while. But this week, it's interacting a lot more with Venus than it is with Uranus, which I think is still really nice and beautiful in its own way. When you have Venus in a sextile, it's creating opportunities to meet people. It's creating opportunities within relationships. Now, this is in the context of Pisces and Taurus. So that is about faith, spirituality, belief systems, love, compassion, fun, empathy, spiritual awakenings, right? Those sorts of deals, right? So they keep saying mentor, 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 mentor. They keep saying that. Mentor. Saying it so many times, it almost, I don't know why, it almost sounds like a transformer to me. Mentor. Anyway, sorry. Coming back. Be open-minded this week. That's really going to benefit everybody. Really just stay true to you and be open-minded to what people have to share. You will know right away this week if someone is coming from competitive energy, controlling energy, dominating energy, because of all that Pluto influence. The Pluto influence that I'm referring to, the Sun square Pluto, is happening under the full moon Libra and is also present during the first half of this week. There's also more Pluto aspects. It's aspecting Jupiter and Neptune. And towards the end of the week, it's also aspecting the asteroid Pallas Athena. So don't get too caught up in everything that I'm saying. Just listen to the important messages here. I feel like I'm really open, so I'm trying to talk and also make room for anything that needs to come through. With Pluto creating all these aspects, it will highlight the shadowy parts of power. It'll highlight any wounding we have around being abused or controlled. It's basically like a lot of serious wounded ego stuff coming through to the forefront here. So as we're entering this window of having really fruitful relationships that are, again, thought-provoking, help us to see more of who we are and help us to kind of see what we can learn, and how much fun we can have within that, even including romantic relationships. I expect, like, if you like start getting involved with anyone where there's like a lot of attraction or a potential for a fling more so than like long term, but that's just astrologically speaking. Everyone is in their own place in their own journey. But if you're wondering about the romantic side of things, this is much more about being inclined to meet people that you spiritually can connect with, not necessarily romantic. This is a great time to meet your tribe. But as you're meeting these people and as you're meeting your tribe, and you can stand in your truth and in your light and in your energy of love, divine energy, you will be able to see clearer who's around you. You'll be able to see clearer who's coming from a place of false power, who's coming from a place of, I just want to take from you. I just want to leech off of you. I just want to control you. I just want to compete with you. You're triggering the shit out of me. Or an equal, someone who is spiritually inclined like you, someone who is holding their light just like you, that you can have a great time with, that you both can learn from each other. Or even collaborate and create some cool things, because there could be a lot of really cool creative stuff coming during this period of time because there's so much Piscean energy. Okay. So that is my advice regarding relationships, at least. Stand in your truth, be who you are, share your light. And if you see those people who cannot do that, you're just going to trigger them. Okay. You're just going to trigger them and give them love. Like they're just at where they're at, right? They're discovering who they are. But don't compromise yourself for that. We're done with that. We are done with that. Don't compromise yourself for that. Moving on a little bit. So like I said, Mercury is very active. Towards the end of the week, Mercury is also going to be aspecting Jupiter and Neptune, which were both in Pisces. We're still in this really cool, like, Jupiter, Neptune, Piscean window that peaked on the 12th when they went exact conjunct. It's creating this space for people to wake up, for people to become more aware, for people to activate, ascend, but also for people to just be able to get together with others in a spiritual capacity and connect with people on a very deep soul level. Again, coming from that light that we have within all of us. Okay. But as we move towards the end of the week, as it works with Mercury, this is where we get ideas. This is where we get a lot of ideas, and we can get even more excitement and more fun out of being creative, but also being very inspired. And because Mercury is also working with Venus, this is most likely to happen through relationships, like almost like a domino effect. Like you can meet people, and then it's just like everyone starts to feel more of that creative spark and creative energy. Everybody can start to even get downloads, even major intuition peaks for this upcoming week. Okay. So shine your light, be you, have fun, take your downloads, take your ideas and go and do. And with the Mercury being in Taurus, again, this is also leaning towards establishing long-term creations and foundations and belief systems, really anchoring it. Think of it that way. The other thing I want to talk about, Mercury is square Saturn towards the end of the week, and that's going to take us into the following week. That's a little bit of a tough energy. That is like, as you guys are in your light, doing your thing, getting inspired, you're listening to your intuition, you are connecting with people who are just like you, who are just where you're at, you're meeting your tribe. For a lot of you might be meeting a lot of tribe people. This square with Saturn can create a tension, can create a discomfort with voicing yourself, with voicing all of these things and voicing these ideas. That's just going to really highlight even more so the tension between you and people who are not there yet, between you and people who are still kind of in the old paradigm of power and control and competitive energy and compromising themselves and wanting you to compromise yourself. So just be mindful that you just need to really hold on to yourself and really just shine brightly and really just stand in your truth and have fun with people who are doing the same. Because people who are not there, they're going to get louder. As time progresses, especially with this week's energy, they're going to get louder, and that's okay. If you get triggered at all during this week, just be aware and check yourself and take accountability for it. That's all you really can do. That's all you really can do. And then through taking accountability, you can move through acceptance and then through letting that go and coming back to yourself. Okay. Like people ask me a lot, like how to stay in the heart space, like how to stay in that place. Gratitude is I think the fastest way to do that. A good gratitude check, even if it takes like hours or even just a few minutes, like gratitude all day. What else do we have? Yeah, Vesta. Okay, I'll talk about Vesta a little bit, and then I think I want to put the notes away. It might get into more channelings and cards. So Vesta and Aquarius, this is more in the beginning of the week. Vesta is about sacred missions. Vesta is an asteroid that is all around sacred purpose, sacred feminine energy, and nurturing those things. I'm hearing keep it clean. That's interesting. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Vesta also rules the hearth and the home. This is a big protective energy that's coming in that I'm channeling. This need to be very protective of what you are trying to create, what you're trying to bring into the world. And especially if you have like a lot of, because you're going to get a lot of ideas. We're all going to be starting getting a lot of ideas. Telepathy might be really crazy too. So be mindful of who you are telepathically, energetically communicating with. Okay. Um, yeah, they're saying to be very aware of boundaries, really, really aware of energetic boundaries and how you're sharing your energy and who you're letting into your energy field, even if it's just purely energetic. Be very aware because we're in a time where things are very open, very accessible right now. Um, but yeah, especially if you're working on stuff, be a little protective of it until it's rooted, right? Until it has like solidified a little bit and has some resilience. If you like are making a business or a relationship, like anything that's in the super baby stage, protect it like it's a baby. Okay. Um, Coming back to Vesta. Jesus. Sorry, guys. Just saw something. Just scared the shit out of me for a second. That's all. Just caught me off guard. Um, I have spirits that check in on me a lot. That's all. Vesta. Vesta is in the beginning of the week square Mercury and square Uranus. So all of this excitement around new experiences, feeling new things, experiencing new things, um, very pleasurable energy. But again, it doesn't have to be shadowy. It doesn't have to be indulgent. It doesn't have to be old paradigm. So watch that. Some of you might start to struggle with some addictions. I'm hearing commitments. Some of you might be struggling with commitments because you're craving like new thought provoking, soul shaking experiences. So just be mindful. But with the square to Vesta, there's going to be this battle. This is tradition. You're giving me tradition. There's going to be this feeling that you're battling tradition this week. Um, like almost you could possibly even doubt yourself if you lose that connection with the self. The only way that we get deceived and pulled into crap, right, and pulled off of away from who we are is when we don't hold on to who we are, when we don't know who we are. Hold on to that this week, okay? You should be having new experience. Not you should. I'll watch my words there. um, this is a great time to have new experiences, so why not? So why not? Why not explore that? Even if it upsets people, even if society might be more antagonistic towards you, even if you start to feel like you're really going against like old belief systems of yours, this is a time to be open-minded. This is a time to share who you are, and you will know through your discernment who you can share yourself with in a safe space and who will be drawn to you. Okay? Follow that instinct and protect anything that is super sacred to you and anything that is in the baby stage. Okay? But really hold your light. Really hold your light and share that light and don't compromise that for anything. For anything. If you really hold on to that light, you're gonna like have people come to you who are just like you really quickly this week. Very fast. Kind of like out of nowhere. I'm hearing serendipity. There's going to be a feeling of serendipity this week as well. Jupiter, because of Jupiter, because of Jupiter, because of Jupiter. Sometimes they have me repeat stuff. All week, Jupiter is sextile Pluto, and Jupiter is also sextile Mercury towards the end of the week. Yeah, fated meetings, more conversations. Like you might get like epiphanies through having conversations with people, even if they're strangers. Even if they're strangers. That Jupiter sextile Pluto, though, yeah, that feeling of fated meeting is really strong. Really, 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 really strong. It doesn't mean whoever you meet has to stay in your life. I'll say that. I'll definitely say that. Doesn't mean they got to stay in your life. They could literally be there for a day to teach you something. They could be there for years to show you something, to teach you something. But this week is all about being open, holding your light, having fun with who you are, having fun with what you want to create, what you want to bring into this world, and sharing that with people so that there could be collaborations, there could be back and forth inspiration. That's what this week is about. That's what this week is about. And practicing that discernment of anyone who's trying to be in that false place of power, like practicing discernment to not deal with them. Basically, don't deal with them. Just don't send them love, but like don't deal with them. You've got other shit going on. You have other cool stuff that could happen this week. Um, yeah. Trying to see if anything else wants to come forward. Nope, don't think so. Excuse me. Now as far as like the signs that'll probably feel this the most, what do we have? Taurus is so big here, like so big. So if you have any personal planets in Taurus, Pisces, and Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces, Aquarius, you're gonna really feel this. Um, Fixed signs, you're really gonna feel this. Earth signs, you're really going to feel this. A lot of people are going to be feeling this week. That's if you have personal planets. When I say feel this, like energetically, you're going to feel like things are a little intense, is all I mean by that. Now, as far as your like personal houses, you can look to personal houses to see where you might experience this in a certain aspect of your life. So let me look at the degree ranges here for a second. 10 to 15. Okay. So 10 to 15 degrees Taurus is where you're going to find a lot of these conversations happening. A lot of inspiration is going to be coming through. A lot of strategizing is going to start to happen. You might just feel inspired to just like really focus in on that part of your life wherever you have 10 to 15 degrees Taurus. For me, that is 11th house. Yeah, that's 11th house. For me, that's 11th house. So I might, well, actually, it's already happening. It's already happening for me. 11th house is like networking, it's friendships, it's wish fulfillments, it's hopes, it's dreams, communications technology through the form of trying to make a lot of friends. Hold on, your connection is unstable. I really hope this doesn't lag once I actually post this to YouTube. I'm doing it on YouTube, like live, the whole live feature, but I do it like on private just because it's faster to upload and it saves me a lot of time. But sometimes glitches happen. Oh, thank you. I just heard my guides go ding. Technology might be a little funky this week too. Might be a little funky with Mercury and Taurus, like square Saturn in Aquarius. Yeah, technology might be funky. Mobile banking, I'm hearing mobile banking. Mobile banking is gonna be weird. I almost don't want to say that, but it just came through. There might be like a lot of like down for maintenance like sort of stuff going on with like mobile banking and financial sites. Okay. That's interesting. Um yeah, so just be mindful of that. Okay. I could just talk forever, guys. You guys know me. I could just talk. I love to talk to you guys. I love channeling for you guys. Anything else? I was talking about degree ranges, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Okay. I was talking about Pisces for a second. Pisces is a really good support energy right now. It's a really good way to get in touch with that feeling of just unconditional love, gratitude, feeling at peace, and getting really in touch with your faith. That is the avenue to holding your light wherever you have Pisces, 25 to 29 degrees Pisces. For me, that's my 10th house, which I'm not surprised. That's literally legacy and work for me, which is like you guys know what I do. Wherever you have Pisces 25 to 29 degrees, treat that like a sanctuary. If you're struggling, if you're doing fine, do you? But if you're like feeling like you need something, look to your personal houses. For those of you who don't know how to do that, you look to where your rising sign is when you pull up your chart, and you just like kind of go through and see where you have Pisces listed and their degree ranges. So if you're like an Aries rising, then your second house is probably Taurus and your third house is probably Gemini. So you see what I'm saying? But they hit certain different degree ranges, points, I should say. Pisces 25 to 29 degrees. That part of your life could be a sanctuary. That part of your life could actually lead you to being more spiritual, to being more in tune with yourself, being more in tune with divinity, more in tune with gratitude and love, and finding more of that like harmony and inner peace to deal with any kerfluffles you're going to experience, to deal with any pushback that you're going to experience from people who do not like what you're doing, who do not like what you're saying, and who do not like you being you. Okay? That's where you can find your sanctuary. Aquarius is going to be the trigger point. Aquarius is gonna be where Aquarius and Capricorn are where we're gonna see some of that, like the pushback. And for Aquarius, excuse me, 20. I'm hearing 20. They're telling me 20. 20? They're saying 20. 20 to 25. 20 to 20, 20 to 25 degrees Aquarius is where you might see pushback from the external, challenging you being in your light, challenging you being yourself, challenging you expressing your ideas and sharing who you are. Don't let it get to you. Just be you and just hold your light. Capricorn might also bring some of that out. Capricorn, no, they're saying wounding. They're saying wounding. Capricorn is actually where there's still some self-cleaning to do, some self-realization to do. Not for everybody. Again, this is like everyone's in their own place. This is just the energies that are at play and how they may manifest for us. Okay. Capricorn, 25 to 29 degrees. Where there still might be some trigger points for you, where there still might be some things that are like really painful that can cause you to lose yourself, that can cause you to lose sight of that, like that love and that openness, that might put you in a place of wanting to fight back, of wanting to come from competition, of wanting to come from ego. 25 to 29 degrees. For me, that would be my 7th house. Relationships. Yay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna slow down because I feel like there's just like it's a lot. But yeah, overall, this is a great week. I hope you guys have a lot of fun this week, and I hope you guys feel more comfortable sharing yourself with people. This is also a time, I think, to try to be around environments where people are already doing that, are already speaking their truth, because that's like the energy that is like super yummy this week and is actually leading to like domino effects of creative energy, downloads, that sort of deal, where you can even like meet people. So I would recommend doing that, whether it's like a self-help group, whether it's church. I even said on Patreon, like a stand-up comedy night, like where people are speaking their truth. Yeah. My little sip of tea. I'm really happy my throat is holding up. I really want to pull from the animal cards. It's like one of my favorite decks ever. It's called the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. They're showing me the nightingale. We'll see if it comes out, but that's what they're showing me. Ta-da! It's funny too with the night. I just was cutting the deck with Nightingale and Swan, because Swan, you see that mirroring energy. Swan is interesting because as a symbol, as an animal totem, not even saying what they talk about in this deck, just what I've known studying Swan as an animal totem energy, that Swan is love. It's love, it's unity of the self, it is the love between two mirrored souls, what have you. It's love, it's being fully united with yourself, all parts of you, including your shadow self. Some of you might still have some shadow work to do for this period of time that like just might come up, and it might feel like you don't really have a whole lot of control over that. That's okay. But I feel like a lot of you have been reaching this point of feeling like you've done enough shadow work to really understand yourself and to be expressive of yourself. This is a time to use your voice. I'm hearing don't stop using your voice. Don't stop using your voice this week. Any other messages or insights for this week? Now, keep in mind, as I am doing cards, all time and energy is like not linear, right? It's all happening all at once, technically speaking. So some of the stuff that might come up could pertain to a past, recent past, upcoming. Doesn't have to be for present. If you're guided to this, you're guided to this. So just always use your own discernment here, okay? I'm hearing podcast. Maybe some of you were thinking about. Sorry, a little personal message came in after that. Some of you might be considering starting a podcast. Do it. Why not? Why not just try? Like, that's the other thing, right? It's like if you were thinking about doing something like that, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be super fancy. It could literally just be like, I got stuff to say. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pull out my phone or microphone, my computer. I'm just going to say it and see if I feel like saying more later. Right? You can start a podcast at any point, even if it's one episode. It doesn't have to be fancy. Don't get caught up in what it's supposed to be. Just use your voice. Some of you might actually benefit from listening to podcasts this week as well. Some of you might feel like it's actually getting you to see things differently, or even inspiring you, or getting you to have downloads. You might have like messages. Thank you. I just heard messages from Spirit. Messages from Spirit through podcasts. Okay. Sorry, the camera's moving. Let's see if I just do that. Oh, that's okay. That's better. Any other messages or insights for this week? Am I taking this? The bear. I love bear energy. Bear medicine is like so yummy. The bear is a renewal energy in this deck. But the bear in and of itself is also about resilience and stamina. And also it's a very protective energy. I look at bear as like uber strong mother energy that where, because oftentimes when I see the bear, because I've worked with the bear a lot personally, it just like kind of comes in and holds. It just like holds while you recover. And when you're like done recovering, it's just like, there you go. Right? Kind of like ushers you out. Again, some of you, I really feel strongly there's going to be some shadow work that catches you off guard, catches you by surprise. Others of you, I'm like wanting to push you out the door, to be honest. I wanted to just like go, like go out, be out, talk, commune, interact. You're ready. Some of you don't believe you're ready for that. Why? Because you're scared. Okay. That's okay. It's okay to admit that. If you can admit that, if you can get to the point where you can admit that you're just afraid of putting yourself out there, then that could be an indicator that there might still be some shadow work to do, but also more so just kind of unveiling the illusion of that. Like, what is it that you're afraid of? Like, even like, this is a good exercise. Like, write it out, right? Like, why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? What do you think is going to happen? And put it in a realistic context, right? Take away the illusion of that fear. Because some of you are ready, but you just don't believe you are. Any other messages or insights for the week? Also, I'm noticing, you see that light above the bear? Just shining, shining, shining. You're ready. Some of you are definitely ready. Let's see here. Oh, there's the fear with the rabbit right there. Elk. I love elk. I guess I love everything. I love everything. Elk is masculine principle. It is the father. It is the father. It's very King of Pentacles. It's very much that loyal, committed, predictable, protective, safe energy. There's a fear that it's not safe. That like you might like go out and about or share who you are or express yourself, and you're gonna want to meet this energy or be around this kind of energy, and it's not there. It's there. It's there. Especially if you've learned to embody this within yourself, you're totally going to find that. You are totally going to find that. Okay. Some of you have learned in recent months, recent past, that that feeling of safety has to come with it from within. That nobody can give you that. It has to come from within. And once you really learn that, you're totally going to find that out in the external. With Firefly is an inspired energy. It's creative energy. It's like that spark, like, boom. Some of you are even afraid of that, which is interesting. Yeah, again, it's the fear of sharing yourself and showing yourself and sharing your light, and being confronted with something that's not this. Like being confronted with energies that won't respect it, but that's up to you. That is up to your own discernment, and you will see it. Oh, I always forget. Sorry, this is still a new setup for anybody who's new to my channel. You will see it. See if anything else wants to come out. I don't even know what to call this. This is kind of a lot. Any other messages or insights for this week? Yeah, anxiety with the mouse overall. Mouse is all about anxieties and fears and getting way too caught up on details, especially with expectations. You got to just do it. Like, if there's anything you've been wanting to try or do, just take a little baby step. It doesn't have to be a certain way. Things can always change. You can always tweak things. You can always decide to do something, and then even up till the moment of actually doing it, just change your mind, right? Or if you want to try to create something, you can always improve on it later. Like, there's a lot to be said for just making a step, for just attempting, and then you're able to tweak. People forget that, like, we learn through mistakes. We learn through experience. Like, experience is by far the best teacher, the most impactful teacher. It's okay to just try. It's okay to just try. Underneath mouse, we do have snake, which is really oh my god, wow, with hummingbird, very much akin to firefly. Snake is about untapped potential. It's very much the sacral energy. You can also see it kind of represents cycles here, but that sacred geometric symbol, like, really popping out at me. Really popping out at me. It's about that creative potential. There's nerves. There's nerves tapping into this. There's nerves utilizing this energy. But you're ready. You're ready. And for those of you where you're like, I am so not ready, that's fine. That is totally fine. Learn to start to feel safe by embodying elk energy for yourself and doing any shadow work that needs to be done, for you to feel ready for that. That's totally fine. If you're like, I'm not doing anything this week, I'm not going out, I'm not talking to anybody, that's okay. This is just energy. Just reading the energy. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm also going to pull from Lumeria. I'm actually going to do some parting messages. There might be some advice in there. And then we will depart. I love this deck. It's such a beautiful deck. Any parting messages for this week for the collective? Any parting messages for this week for the collective? And if you want to try something because it's fun, totally do it. If there's fun to be had, do it. People forget the power of fun. Earth Star Chakra with initiation at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get to focus. Earth Star Chakra. This card comes out when it's time to ground. Like, really ground. And you might really need to ground because you're getting a lot of information. Like I said, with all that Piscean energy, Jupiter and Neptune and Venus, and I believe Mars is also in Pisces now. There's a lot of psychic information coming in, and some people are getting activated. Some people are waking up. getting spiritually shaken up, so to speak. And the more grounded you are, the smoother that transition is, the smoother it is to receive all of that. But this is about grounding. And when you are grounded within the self, it's also easier to stay connected to yourself. It's also easier to hold on to that light. It's also easier to move away from fear and anxiety. Okay. Let's keep going. Any other parting messages? Okay. Overall, ooh, nice. We have life force energy. Oh, beautiful. That's like the best card to come out after that with crystal keys. Crystal keys comes out when it talks about triggers. There's a sister card to this called is it She of the Lotus? I think it's called She of the Lotus. And she looks exactly the same, except she's like green and not looking as happy. Crystal keys is almost like looking at triggers from a higher perspective, right? Being connected to you, being connected to your own truth and having that discernment and just observing it, being like, okay, this person is feeling this way because of this. It's not a reflection on me, but this is what's happening. Could I learn something from it? Maybe I could learn something from it. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like, you're not internalizing it. You're not like letting someone else's trigger you. You're not internalizing that. You're just observing it and you're seeing it for what it is. You're not taking it personally and you're not letting it take away from your own energy or from your own light. And then we have life force energy there, which I just feel that being lit up. I just feel it being so lit up. Reception. You guys, some of you are so ready to receive, like so ready to receive whatever it is you're doing, because there you could have fun in anything, but I'm feeling that like conversational, oh Jesus, unstable connection. I'm feeling that conversational sharing, putting yourself out there, and it's like you're lit up, they're lit up, they're like, and it's just like light, right? So much fun to be had there, and being able to receive that from others is really beautiful. And in receiving that, again, you're practicing your discernment, right? With other people who may not be there, who may not be where you're at, and that's okay. Being grounded will help you a lot with this. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this and got out of it. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I hope you guys have had a great full moon Libra. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Oh, don't forget the Patreon Vimeo website. I completely forgot. All the stuff below. Don't forget that.